World Ecotourism in the Developing World. Good morning, everyone. Today, I'd like to talk about a growing trend in tourism, ecotourism in the developing world. Ecotourism can be defined as responsible travel to natural areas that conserves the environment and improves the welfare of local people. It's a far cry from traditional mass tourism, which can sometimes have negative impacts on the environment and local cultures. Developing countries are home to some of the world's most stunning natural beauty, rainforests teeming with life, breathtaking mountain ranges, and pristine coral reefs. Ecotourism offers a way for these countries to harness this beauty for economic development, while also protecting their precious ecosystems and cultural heritage. So, how exactly does ecotourism benefit developing countries? Firstly, it creates jobs for local people. Ecotourism lodges and tours can employ local guides, chefs, and conservationists. This can provide much-needed income and empower communities. Secondly, ecotourism raises awareness about environmental protection. Tourists learn about the importance of conservation and can even participate in activities like tree planting or reef restoration. This newfound appreciation for the environment can have a lasting positive impact. Thirdly, ecotourism generates revenue that can be used to fund conservation efforts. Park entrance fees and taxes on ecotourism activities can directly support the protection of wildlife and habitats. Of course, there are also challenges associated with ecotourism in developing countries. One concern is ensuring tourist infrastructure development is sustainable and doesn't harm the environment. It's crucial to manage the number of visitors to avoid overcrowding fragile ecosystems. Another challenge is ensuring local communities truly benefit from ecotourism. Fair trade practices and profit-sharing models are essential to empower local people and prevent exploitation. Overall, ecotourism offers a promising path for developing countries. By embracing responsible travel practices, these nations can create a sustainable tourism industry that benefits both the environment and local communities. Thank you.
A Journey Through Time, British Architecture. Hello everyone. Today we'll embark on a fascinating journey through the architectural history of Britain. From ancient structures to modern marvels, British architecture reflects the rich tapestry of the nation's past and present. Our story begins with the arrival of the Romans in Britain around 43 AD. They introduced new architectural techniques like arches, vaults, and the use of concrete. These can be seen in the ruins of Roman baths and villas scattered across the country. Following the Roman withdrawal, Anglo-Saxon and Viking influences shaped architecture. Think of simple wooden structures with thatched roofs, often arranged in fortified settlements. These early buildings laid the groundwork for the development of medieval castles and cathedrals. The Norman conquest of 1066 marked a turning point. The Normans, with their impressive military architecture, built formidable castles to consolidate their power. They also initiated the construction of grand cathedrals in the Romanesque style, characterized by thick walls, rounded arches, and small windows. As Europe embraced Gothic architecture in the 12th century, Britain followed suit. Gothic cathedrals, with their soaring spires, stained glass windows, and intricate stonework, became a hallmark of the era. Examples like Salisbury Cathedral and Westminster Abbey stand as testaments to this period's artistic and engineering prowess. The Renaissance brought a shift towards classical ideals. Architects drew inspiration from ancient Greece and Rome, incorporating symmetry, proportion, and classical details into their designs. Buildings like St. Paul's Cathedral in London showcase this influence. The Industrial Revolution in the 18th and 19th centuries ushered in a new era. Innovation in materials like iron and steel led to the rise of impressive industrial structures like bridges and factories. This period also saw the development of Grand Georgian townhouses and the neoclassical style, evident in buildings like the British Museum. The 20th century witnessed a diverse range of architectural movements. The arts and crafts movement emphasized traditional craftsmanship and natural materials. The modernist movement, in contrast, embraced clean lines, functionality, and new technologies. Buildings like the iconic Gherkin in London represent this modern approach. Today, British architecture continues to evolve. Architects are incorporating sustainable practices and innovative designs to create buildings that are not only aesthetically pleasing, but also environmentally responsible. So British architecture is a captivating story, with each era leaving its mark on the landscape. From Roman ruins to modern marvels, these structures offer a glimpse into Britain's history, culture, and technological advancements.
Memory and the passage of time. Good morning, everyone. Today, we'll delve into the fascinating world of memory and explore its relationship with age. Memory is the cognitive process that allows us to store, retain, and retrieve information. It enables us to learn from past experiences, recognize familiar faces, and remember important details. It's a common perception that memory declines as we age. While some decline is natural, it's important to understand it's not a universal experience. Many older adults retain sharp memories well into their later years. So, what exactly happens to memory as we age? There can be a slight decrease in the ability to encode new information, meaning it takes longer to learn new things. Additionally, retrieving specific details from long-term memory might become a bit more challenging. However, there's good news. There are many things we can do to maintain and even improve our memory as we age. Firstly, staying mentally active is crucial. Engaging in activities that challenge our brains, like puzzles, learning a new language, or reading, can help strengthen memory pathways. Secondly, maintaining good physical health is important. Regular exercise, a healthy diet, and quality sleep can all positively impact cognitive function. Thirdly, employing memory strategies can be very helpful. Techniques like mnemonics, which are memory aids, or associating new information with existing memories can make recall easier. Finally, staying socially connected can be incredibly beneficial. Engaging in conversations, participating in social activities, and spending time with loved ones can stimulate the brain and keep memory sharp. It's important to remember that memory is complex and influenced by many factors. While age can play a role, a healthy lifestyle, mental engagement, and memory-boosting strategies can all contribute to maintaining a sharp mind throughout life. Thank you.
Westward Bound. A look at Canadian immigration history. Good morning, everyone. Today, we'll explore a significant chapter in Canadian history: the immigration of people to Western Canada. From the mid-19th century onwards, the Canadian government actively encouraged settlement in the West. This vast region, rich in agricultural land and natural resources, was largely empty. The government envisioned a population of farmers who would cultivate the land and contribute to the nation's growth. Several factors fueled this westward movement. Firstly, accessible transportation became crucial. The completion of the Canadian Pacific Railway in 1885 made it significantly easier to travel to the West. People who previously wouldn't have considered such a long journey could now reach the frontier with relative ease. Secondly, the government offered attractive incentives to settlers. The Homestead Act of 1871 promised free land to anyone willing to cultivate it for a set period. This opportunity for land ownership proved highly appealing, especially to people in Europe facing economic hardship or limited land availability. Thirdly, the concept of Canada as a safe and prosperous land with wide open spaces attracted many. This image, often portrayed in promotional materials, resonated with people seeking a better life for themselves and their families. The wave of immigration to Western Canada transformed the region. With the arrival of settlers, particularly from Europe and Eastern Canada, vast tracts of land were brought under cultivation. New towns and cities sprung up, and the agricultural industry flourished. However, it's important to acknowledge the challenges faced by these immigrants. Adapting to a harsh climate, unfamiliar terrain, and the demands of frontier life was no easy feat. Additionally, tensions arose between indigenous populations and newcomers competing for land and resources. Despite the hardships, Western Canadian immigration stands as a significant turning point in the nation's history. It shaped the demographics, economy, and culture of the region, contributing to the development of a modern and prosperous Canada. Thank you.
The Bitter Truth: Unveiling the Science of Bitterness. Good morning, everyone. Today, we'll delve into the fascinating world of taste, specifically focusing on the bitter sensation. Bitterness, often perceived as unpleasant, plays a crucial role in our survival. Let's begin by understanding how we taste bitterness. Our tongues are equipped with tiny bumps called taste buds. Within each taste bud, there are taste receptor cells. These cells have specialized proteins on their surface that act like receptors, designed to bind with specific taste molecules. For bitterness, there are numerous bitter taste receptors. When a bitter compound comes into contact with a taste receptor, it triggers a signal that travels to the brain. The brain interprets this signal as a bitter taste. But why do we even have bitter taste receptors? Bitterness serves as a warning system, alerting us to potentially harmful substances. Many plants, particularly those containing toxins or alkaloids, have a bitter taste. This bitterness discourages animals, including humans, from ingesting them. Interestingly, not everyone perceives bitterness equally. Our sensitivity to bitterness is partly determined by genetics. Some people, known as supertasters, have a higher density of taste buds and are particularly sensitive to bitter compounds. This can explain why some individuals find certain vegetables like broccoli or coffee intensely bitter, while others tolerate them more easily. The perception of bitterness can also be influenced by other senses, particularly smell. The combined aroma and taste of a food can influence how intensely we perceive its bitterness. For instance, the bitterness of grapefruit juice might seem less pronounced when combined with the sweetness of sugar. While bitterness often serves as a protective mechanism, it's not always a bad thing. In fact, some bitter compounds can have health benefits. For example, some bitter-tasting vegetables are rich in antioxidants and may contribute to overall health. Additionally, small amounts of bitterness can enhance the flavor profile of certain foods, like dark chocolate or coffee. In conclusion, bitterness is a complex taste sensation with a biological basis. It serves as a warning system, but it can also contribute to the enjoyment of certain foods. Understanding the biology of bitterness allows us to appreciate the intricate dance between taste perception and survival mechanisms. Thank you.